creating some type of presence, okay? If you want to, get that career, get that job, if you want to work at Google, if you want to work at Facebook, work at Amazon, well, I don't know, I've heard kind of bad things about working at Amazon, but whatever it is you want to do, okay? You want to run for office, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, you have to create some kind of presence. Now, it used to be a presence that was pre-digital kind of universe, digital landscape. Well, now that we're entering, or we've been entering is kind of a joke, but now that we're completely immersed in the digital kind of sort of world that we are living in, you need to create that presence online. I can't think of a better way to create that presence. I can't think of a more beneficial tool to create that presence than creating a story that really communicates who you are and what you do and what kind of value you bring to whomever it is you want to connect with, right? People, I tell my students all the time, and I hope to God that it rubs off. I've gotten a lot of strong responses. And yeah, some of them are just trying to brown nose me to get good grades. I get it. No big deal. But most of them, I think, really, at least I hope, are truly kind of, collapsing into this sort of truth, okay? And that is, your credentials are one thing, your degrees, okay, your history, your experience, that's all one thing. That's beautiful, that's great. Your resume, your CV, it's beautiful, that's great. But when they're looking you eye to eye, face to face in that interview, they're only really caring about one thing, and one thing only. I don't care that you went to Harvard, Long Beach State, Florida, Cambridge, Oxford. What is your story? Who the hell are you? And how can you help me? How are you going to help me? How are you going to, benefit what? How are you going to convenience me? In what facet, in what form, what shape are you going to benefit my company, my organization, my team? And if you can't communicate that, I've talked about the 30-second elevator pitch. If you can't communicate that concisely, look who's talking. Talk about paradox. Talk about a complete contradiction. I'm all over the place right now, right? Conciseness. If you can't communicate that effectively, efficiently, and concisely, they're gone. Your audience is finished. They don't care anything about you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that your grades don't matter. I'm not saying that your experience is insignificant. But what I'm saying is what's more significant is your ability to communicate your story and who you are, because that's how you create presence. Companies are very savvy now. People are very, very savvy now. And they're searching your Facebook profile. They're searching especially your LinkedIn profile. That's probably my strongest platform. I've got the most connections, over 4,000, the most followers. I love LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn for many, many reasons. And I think that the acquisition by Microsoft is going to be nothing but fruitful. It's already kind of going down that road anyway. Find out, discover this, put the device down. You've got some time before work starts again. You got some time before the new semester begins. You don't have to always be around people. You don't have to always be around your friends. Take some time. Breathe in solitude. Solitude is a great gift. Breathe in solitude for a while. Ruminate on things. Think about things. Contemplate. Meditate. Ask yourself the tough questions. It's in that attentiveness. It's in that, as Sean said, it's in that awareness where we really, where innovation and true creativity happens. Einstein used to play the violin. Anytime he got stuck on a theorem or a mathematical equation or problem, he would always take a walk around Lake Austria near his home, and by himself, in solitude. And he said that those were the most invaluable, most helpful kind of moments in his life that helped him create all his theories and all his great revolutionary concepts about the universe and time and space, was that solitude. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Spend some time alone, on purpose, intentionally. Even if it seems scary, even if it seems fearful, which I know for a lot of people, they're dreadful. They dread ever being alone. I get that. I understand that. But still, you need to do it, I think. You don't need Professor Nez. You don't need my class. You don't need to be listening to this broadcast. You know, the true guru is inside, right? The true guru is internal. If there is such a thing as a guru. You don't need any of these external gurus. This is the difference. Now that discovery is one facet. That discovery is only one component. Once you discover this, don't squander it. Once you discover this truth about yourself, once you discover what it is that I should be doing, what it is that I want to be doing, what will truly make me happy, and yes, that will change over time, and yes, that will have all sorts of different manifestations, but you need to go back. You need to go back to the church, which is solitude. Go back and rediscover. Go back and reinvestigate what it is that gives you value, gives you purpose, right? And who you truly are. Sometimes you got to recheck in. There's nothing wrong with that because you will change over time. Your interests will change. Your desires will change. Your fears will change. Your goals will change. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't squander it. Once you discover that, don't squander it. Now you need to execute. You need to do something about it. You need to find out how I can create a very compelling, concise, effective story around that discovery and communicate that to the world. And that's going to be your key. All these other tools and all these other devices and all these other methods and methodologies and experts, you know, and so-called experts can come and go. They come and go without, you know, like the wind.